Gun violence across the metro continuing to escalate over the last 48 hours. Multiple shootings leave more than a dozen victims and very few arrests. Today, 6 high schoolers were shot in Aurora, and those responsible have not been caught. Police say this happened around lunchtime at Nome Park, across the street from Aurora Central High School. School resource officers were the first to respond due to the close proximity to the school. Aurora's police chief confirmed all 6 shooting victims are students at Aurora Central. They range in ages of 14 to 18, and unfortunately, they're all expected to survive. Today's tragic shooting follows several shootings across the metro in the last 2 days, some also involving teens. Denver 7's Sloan Dickey reports the police chief in Aurora is calling these violent shootings a public health crisis and a call to action for the community.
Scary, man. It's so scary.
Shock and sadness from relatives of students at Aurora Central High School arriving to this scene, trying to pick up their kids.
I don't have words right now to tell her, but I just want to hug her. 6
teenagers were injured in a shooting Monday afternoon in Nome Park, just steps away from the high school. Family waiting for hours to reconnect with their kids.
What going through my mind, like, just want to see her.
Fortunately, nobody was killed in the shooting, and all the teenagers are expected to survive. But neighbors of Nome Park say the trend of violence is headed in the wrong direction.
I'm a little shook about this. I've been living here for about 9 years, and this is the first time that I've seen somebody actually get hit.
The shooting caps off a weekend of violence in Denver and Aurora. 10 violent incidents, including shootings and stabbings, occurred over a 48-hour period, most on Sunday night.
I can tell you when I got the call, my heart dropped.
Aurora's police chief Vanessa Wilson says she's sad to see her community go through this, and the time to act is now.
This is a public health crisis. This is not all on law enforcement. We need to get out through to our kids and figure out a way to stop this.
The city of Aurora launched a youth violence prevention program in 2020. Organizers say the program will be utilized in classrooms tomorrow.
It's continuous and it's complex. Changing behavior is complex, so it's going to take time, which is why we need short-term but also long-term efforts.
Christina Amperman works with the program. She says mental health professionals will be at schools tomorrow to help anyone impacted. But she says the overall goal is to prevent another tragedy like this.
Our overall community has a certain level of responsibility to address and respond to prevent and intervene with the violent behavior that's impacting our youth.
Now, there are several suspects in this case, and they are all on the run. Police are asking anyone with information on this case to come forward and share that information, or ring video if you have that as well. They're offering up to $2,000 as a reward. They're also asking parents of students at Aurora Central High School to speak to your kids to see if they might know anything as well. Reporting live in Aurora, Sloan Dickey, Denver 7.
Sloan, thank you. Governor Polis speaking out against the shooting in Aurora, saying, quote, "I'm so saddened by the violence that took place in Aurora today. Our children need to feel safe in parks, in our schools, and parents need peace of mind that their students are safe in our neighborhoods. My prayers are with the victims, their families, and all of the concerned students and parents in Aurora." This shooting in Aurora is just the latest in a series of shootings in the last 48 hours in the Denver metro. Just looking at this map, you can see the shootings are scattered mainly across Aurora and Denver. 10 people have been shot since Saturday morning. 3 of those victims have since died from their injuries, including an 18-year-old in Aurora. We are tracking these shootings and the latest on the teenager shot today in Aurora right now on thedenverchannel.com. And we'll also have updates throughout the newscast on our free Denver 7 Plus app. You can download it now on your streaming device.